Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Alex and today I'm going to be telling you about the options and packages that I selected on my 2021 Land Rover Defender 110. Also in this video I'm going to be telling you guys about my ownership experience so far, what's gone wrong, what hasn't gone wrong, and just kind of my thoughts on the Defender overall. So let's get into it. So starting off, I'd like to tell you about my Defender 110. So I have a 2021 Defender 110S P300. So it's the one above the base model, which is the S, and it's the P300. So it's the 2-liter turbocharged gasoline 4-cylinder engine. It makes 296 brake horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. So as near as makes no difference, 300 horsepower. It's been a great engine so far. I have not had any issues with it. So here I have my personalized brochure that was printed from the Land Rover website. It went over when I spec'd it online, all the options I chose. So the next thing I wanted to go over is this. This is my actual order guide. So I placed my order for my Defender on October 5th, 2020, and I took delivery on January 23rd, 2021. So it took about 3.5 months from order date to delivery date, which was actually about 3 weeks ahead of when I was supposed to get it. My original delivery date was the week of February 14th. So going into the options I have, obviously the first one that you can see is Pangea Green Metallic. It is one of the optional paint colors. So the only free color is Fuji White, and that's the only no-cost color option. Every other paint, so every metallic paint is $710, unless if you get one of the premium paints, which is Carpathian Gray or Silicon Silver. Those are $1,750. There aren't a ton of colors you can get on the Defender. So you have Fuji White, Pangea Green, Gondwana Stone, Tasman Blue, Hakuba Silver, Santorini Black, Carpathian Gray, and Silicon Silver. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that is it. But it's a decent amount of colors. A lot of them are kind of grays, blacks, silvers. But I'm very happy with my choice of Pangea Green. It looks stunning in the sunlight. The metallic in the paint is gorgeous. And it's a different type of green. You don't see many green cars anymore, especially a green like this. But yeah, I'm very pleased with it. My Defender has the Acorn and Lunar interior with the grained leather and robust woven textile seats. Interestingly, the robust woven textile and grained leather seats have been discontinued for the 2022 model year. The 2020 model year Defenders with the textile seats have had a lot of issues with staining, whether it's from water or any other, form of liquid that has gotten into the seats. Apparently they did not put the correct fire retardant on the seats for 2020 model year vehicles, and that was fixed with 2021. And for 2022, they just decided to get rid of it altogether. And it's kind of a shame because I really like those seats. I love how the cloth is around the edges, so it's not going to wear out what normally where you would have leather. It's not going to wear out the leather. It's just the cloth is going to take up all the beating. And quite frankly, I love that design. It's still leather basically everywhere else. They're still heated. You can get cooled seats. Mine is an S. Cooled seats are not available on the S. I wish they were. If they were, I would have gotten them in a heartbeat. Another option I have inside is the rough cut walnut veneer, which is gorgeous. I'm a sucker for wood trim in a car, and the rough cut walnut in my Defender is honestly quite amazing. It's open pore and it's got this texture to it, which they call rough cut, and you can feel it along the edges. It's stunning. I really love it. It's like I said, I'm a sucker for wood in the car, and when I saw the rough cut walnut, I was like, I had to have that. It it was just so gorgeous, and it really fits the Defender. Usually wood is more in like luxury cars, and of course the Defender is a luxury car, but is an off-roader as well. Like the whole open pore, rough cut just kind of adds to the experience of the Defender. Basically, you know, it's still nice, but it's still rugged at heart. And that's what I love about the interior of the Defender. I love the rubber floors. You know, I love the cloth and leather seats. I love the rough cut trim. I love just how usable everything is. You can beat the hell out of the interior and it'll take it. It's definitely rugged luxury, as I would describe it. So other options I have on my Defender, I have the 19-inch style 6009 6-spoke gloss silver wheels. Everyone told me get 18s or get 20s because the tire choices for the 19s are very limited, and that's true. I do really like these 6-spoke wheels. They kind of remind me of, there used to be a 6-spoke wheel that was on the Discovery 2, like the base model Discovery 2s, and this looks quite a lot like that, and I really like that design. However, yes, it is true, there are very limited options for tires. Really, your only choices are the tires I have, the Goodyear Wrangler Adventures or Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax, as well as several all-season tires that come from the factory. Now, the next exterior option I got, you can see behind me, is the premium LED headlights with signature DRL. These premium LED headlights have twice the amount of LEDs as the standard headlights, as well as it has the signature daytime running light, which just completes the look of the Defender. It gives it that kind of classic look with the circle and the two squares on the outside. It's such a unique daytime running light. I know every automaker kind of has their own. Defender is definitely unique in its daytime running lights, and I love it. That was not available for 2020, and I'm super glad that they made it optional for 21. It was a really cheap option. It was only $400, but if you get the premium LED headlights, you do have to pay the extra $200 for front fog lights, which for me was a no-brainer anyway. I don't know why this doesn't come standard with front fog lights. It should, but you know, it's $200 on a $60,000 plus car. It's not that big of a deal. But again, like I said, it's something that should be standard, but it isn't. So next we move on to interior options. So the first one is the Comfort and Convenience Pack. And that included the front center console refrigerator, the 11-speaker 400-watt Meridian sound system, as well as the interior ambient lighting. The only reason I got this package was to get the Meridian sound system. I could care less about the refrigerator or the ambient lighting. Now that I've had the car, I love the refrigerator. It's exactly what it is. It is a refrigerator. It's not a cool box. I mean, I work in refrigeration, and I know what a real refrigerator is, and that certainly is one. It gets down to about 38 degrees. I tested it with one of my laser thermometers I have at work, so it gets down to about 38 degrees. So it works best if you have something that's already cold and you put it in there. It will keep it cold. It'll take a little while to put a room temperature bottle of water down to cool, but overall it's really nice. And if you don't want to use it as a refrigerator, you don't have to. You can turn it off and you can put whatever you want in there. The interior ambient lighting is really nice. There's 10 different colors you can get, and it gives backlighting on the dashboard and in the door pockets and also in the center console. It's nice. It's not as crazy with ambient lighting as, for example, our Audi Q7, which has over 900 different light combinations or color combinations. But it's nice. Now, the main reason I got the Comfort and Convenience package was for the 400-watt 11-speaker Meridian sound system. Now, I wish I could have gotten the 15-speaker 700-watt Meridian surround sound system, because that's amazing. Our Discovery has the 825 watt, 15 speaker Meridian surround sound system. And unfortunately, since I got the S, you couldn't get that. The only way on a 21 Defender to get the surround sound, you have to get an HSE X Dynamic. It's available as an option on that trim, and it is standard on Defender X. Now for 2022, it's actually standard on the Defender SE and above. Overall, it's a really good sound system. Bass response is excellent. Crystal clear mids and highs. The soundstage is a little bit low, but not an issue for me. It sounds really good. It has Meridian's digital dither shaping, which takes digital media and converts it to a common format to make it sound CD quality. I don't want to say it's CD quality, but it is pretty close, and it sounds incredible for the mid-range audio system in the Defender. So next, moving along, we have the cold climate package, and that includes the heated steering wheel, the heated front windshield, heated washer jets, as well as the headlight power wash. This was also a no-brainer. I love a heated steering wheel. It was one of my favorite features in my old LR4/Discovery 4 if you're in Europe. That was $700. You get a lot for $700. The heated windshield and the heated steering wheel are definitely really nice. But yeah, I also got the heated front seats. That was an extra $500. So the heated front seats, again, I don't know why it's not standard, but I think for 2022 it's now standard on all of them. But it's whatever. It's they just trying to get more money out of you. But people like me and people that buy Defenders will gladly hand over the cash for it. So next we get into the off-road packages that I have. So I have the Advanced Off-Road Capability Package, which includes Terrain Response 2, also known as Automatic Terrain Response. It has All-Terrain Progress Control, which is like an off-road low-speed cruise control, as well as Land Rover's first ever configurable terrain response, where you can manually lock the center or rear locking diff. You can choose how much traction control you want. You can choose throttle response as well as steering. It's kind of like an individual mode where you get to choose your suspension, your steering, your transmission feel in a normal or a performance car, but this is set up for off-roading. So the next off-road option that I have is the off-road package, and that includes the rear electronic active differential. So it's the rear locking differential with torque vectoring by braking. So when you're going through a corner, it will brake the inside wheels to help rotate the car around a corner. It also includes the 110 volt power outlet, the household style plug that is in the cargo area, as well as the Goodyear Wrangler Adventure all-terrain tires. Now this option I chose because I do plan on taking it off-road. Not right now, but down the line I do. And it's a Defender. You gotta get the off-road options. It is incredibly capable without the rear locking differential, but if you have it, it just makes it that much more capable. So the final thing that's on my Defender is the sliding panoramic glass moonroof. That was actually the most expensive option at $1,800. It's really nice. I love a sunroof. It's huge. It goes over the front and rear seats. It doesn't open that much, but it's still really nice to have. And now let's change gears to kind of my experience with it, what's gone wrong, what hasn't gone wrong. So far there's only one thing that's gone wrong, and that was the USB ports would not charge. They would not illuminate, because at night they illuminate so you can see where to plug it in. It wasn't doing that. It wasn't charging my phone. It wasn't transferring any data. So I had to take it to the dealer, and they applied a software update, and that remedied it. And I have not had a single issue since in the past 3 months and 3,400 miles. So that will be it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications, all the normal YouTube stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers.